Sit back.
Relax.
You're here with us,
The
Cozy
Cozy
Critics.
I'm Ken.
I'm Michael.
And sometimes I'm Dan.
I am Ken.
I'm Michael. Dan isn't here. He just
Again.
fucked off.
That shit face. But we have a special guest today, Andre.
Hello.
And we are reviewing or just giving our takes on Osmosis Jones, the most odd animated film I hate/love I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I thought Shrek was weird, and I've seen...
I love Shrek, though.
I mean, Shrek's a masterpiece, but this movie just... It's nasty. It's bad. But, like,
That's awesome.
It's a great movie, but it's just disgusting.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Well, like, for starters, like, I know we're just starting the review, but how it ends, no, I didn't even say this while we were watching it. It ends with Bill Murray farting.
Yeah.
He farts, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the happy end.
That's the gist of this movie. It's just, it's a big fart, but thing is, people like farts.
Farts are funny.
Farts are funny. Agreeable. So
That's true.
well, I mean, we start with this reoccurring rap music from the 2000 late 90s, early 2000s. It's just so strong. And just,
Yeah, this movie came out in 2001. So if you remember, that was Linkin Park made their scene. That was when a lot of iconic hip hop
and R&B, a lot of R&B are at its peak or its finest. We start at the zoo. We find out that Bill Murray has a daughter, and
but Bill Murray his character works at the zoo.
yeah, and he is a zookeeper,
and he's fucking gross.
He's this disgusting human being.
A monster.
He literally, like, he's eating an egg,
Okay,
and then the egg falls in, like, the monkey.
The monkey grabs it, put the egg in its own mouth, and drops it on the ground.
Suck the mayonnaise off of it, because he dipped it in mayonnaise and drowned it with salt, like for
For the scene a good minute.
No, the scene was obviously like a couple minutes, and for at least one of those minutes was just salt. And then that leads me to where did he get a boiled egg from?
He just had it in his pocket.
He probably just had it in his pocket.
What
Just
type of
loose.
savage just has a boiled egg in their pocket?
Just a loose boiled egg.
Yeah.
See, okay, so
Lint.
The monkey takes it, and then he's fighting the monkey for it, and then he takes it and he eats it, but like it was in the monkey's mouth,
Just disgusting.
and then it landed on the floor.
and me not knowing Bill Murray's work, I admit I am a noob when it comes to Bill Murray. I've seen Ghostbusters, but that's just basic. I haven't seen Groundhog Day or various other of his works. This movie makes me think Bill Murray is the most disgusting human being and almost dislikable.
Well, that's the thing, though. He's so fucking gross. Like, it's pretty much like you can consider it some of the best acting on his part, though, because he's acting like the most gross, disgusting person ever.
I guess he's doing a good job because
Yeah.
I'm grossed out.
Disgusting. Just he like I don't understand why I'm sure he had a lot of fun shooting it.
He
I'm
must
sure.
he must have had a blast.
You see him, it's like when there's snot in his nose, he sucks it back up.
Oh.
But you see it go back up his nose. That means he did it on set. That means that's what he did in person.
Is he what they call a method actor?
I guess so.
Does he practice being a
That
disgusting?
wasn't CGI snot.
I think he like made himself very unhealthy for the role. Maybe.
I'm sure.
There was KFC or fried chicken.
He looked very pale.
He did. He literally looked like
sick.
Yeah. Now when I think about it, you guys are both right. He physically looked very, very under the weather, and just like he caught the flu just to get this role or something during auditions.
he looked like he got tuberculosis and then he got cured from it and he got gonorrhea the next week.
Jesus Christ.
Disgusting.
Wait. And then later on in the movie, don't we find out that his granddad and then had measles or some shit?
His old. I guess he had the measles at some point.
Yeah, apparently, because like the main character Osmosis Jones, he talks about his lineage or something, and apparently his great grandpa fought against the measles. So this fucking dude has had measles. So it's like, oh, dude, when?
Now,
healthier.
Now, great grandpa, you got to think it's father, granddad, and then great grand. So that's 3 generations before him.
Mm-hmm.
This is in the 2000s. So I'm thinking his dad, his granddad, and his great grandpa didn't live that long.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're all like died at like fucking 30 or some shit.
That's true. They probably had very short lifespan.
We didn't even realize the goddamn starts of a cop chase. That's why you get introduced to Osmosis Jones or Chris Rock, which I loved his voice acting. Mm-hmm. This is one thing that I didn't expect Chris Rock to be, I don't know, just very good at, but it was just fun. It's fun. It's nice seeing him not being donkey.
That's Eddie Murphy.
Wait. Excuse me, not donkey.
The zebra from Madagascar.
Yes, there you go.
Marty.
Excuse me, Marty.
Marty, yeah.
That's racist.
He's right.
I got my fucking animals confused, not my actors. God damn it.
It's fine.
We get the cop chase. Osmosis Jones basically shoots something.
Osmosis Jones. He is a white blood cell, and basically, if you know the basics of the human body, the white blood cell is kind of like the police. Like, I'm gonna make it as simple as possible because that's kind of how the movie is, but it's surprisingly really deep when it comes to the
anatomy.
Yeah, world building.
Yeah,
world building. That's very it's really surprisingly good.
Yeah, it does a good job of that.
Kind of every aspect of the human body is kind of in this movie. It's kind of weird. You wouldn't expect it, but it's a fun movie, and it really they make a lot of jokes, a lot of body jokes. Yeah. So if that's one thing to take out of this movie, it's really creative.
You could show this realistically to a kid's class. Like, it doesn't have really a lot of sexual jokes. It's just disgusting.
I probably saw it in school. I feel like I used to watch this movie so much. I'm sure I saw it in school at one point.
My school failed me. I've never seen Osmosis Jones until today.
I saw in high school fucking Frozen. So.
Oh,
that's quite
in my biology class.
They could be watching Osmosis Jones.
But
instead they get this. During the cop chase, Osmosis Jones is chasing germs that came from the egg that he ate that fell in the monkey entrapment. It's probably filled with monkey crap, and he ate the egg that was in the monkey's mouth. He fought a monkey. Like, he's a zookeeper. It'd not be like animal. I don't know.
Well, he didn't fight the monkey. He just fought for the.
He's like, I'm gonna choke you now. He literally threatened the monkey in its cage.
That's true. That's kind of.
It's fucked up, Bill Murray. So yeah, Osmosis Jones chases the germs. He ends up shooting. I don't know exactly what the gun is. I suppose it's supposed to be some other health anatomy thing. Has to do with that. But he shoots a nerve ending, and I find this part very hilarious. Bill Murray basically gets a gigantic cramp, but he starts shaking like he's fucking been tasered, and it's like I didn't say anything, but in my head I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Is he okay? Again, his acting is just.
He acts like a sick person.
And not sick in like health. He's a sick fuck, but that was just fucking hilarious. Just fucking spazzing out on his couch or some shit. We get introduced to Flaming Hot Cheeto, Mr. Red Death himself.
Yeah, Thrax. He's our main villain. He's supposed to be some sort of
Yeah, what is
It's
he
like a
supposed to be?
foreign disease, I think. I feel
I
like
think-
I've
I think
heard
he
the Red
got-
Death before.
yeah. I think he got that disease from the monkey egg. That's
Yeah, I'm
my
sh-
theory.
I'm sure that's when he got it.
That-
I don't
Yeah,
know if
it
it was
had
from
to
the
be.
monkey or the ground, but it was from one of them.
Like, I don't understand what he is. He's not Ebola because he makes fun of Ebola, but sure is damaging, and I guess he's not a flu. Maybe he's a bird flu. I don't know.
He's something along the lines of like malaria, I would guess. But point is, he's like a really like serious virus, and he goes around the body, trying to mess things up, sort of to get
Like Bill Murray to die.
yeah yeah basically.
This movie is basically
It's basically
that.
about Bill Murray's body trying to fight against him not dying because he's fucking gross.
and he doesn't fucking help at all.
He doesn't.
In fact, he probably kills himself at one point. Well, yeah. So we get Mr. Drix. No, Drix is the good guy. Drax.
Thrax.
Thrax.
Thrax
With a
is the-
TH.
Yeah.
Then we get introduced to the whole political hierarchy with Mr. Mayor and his opponent Tom Klonick in that political advertisement, talking about how I think it was the colon or something, or was
I
used to be
think
clean.
I think it was the colon.
Used to be clean, and then now it's a dump, and you see like drunk germs and shit there, and
like homeless germs.
and then basically he's saying, "I'll get this man to exercise so he can live." And then basically the mayor's just wants the guy to be fat. I don't know, why does he want him to be fat? I don't understand.
I think it's like they don't really say it, but I think it's because like if he's fat, there's more space for people. Like there's more room, so more people can live in the body. Like more like cells. I think that was like what he was trying to imply.
I guess so, but basically, to get the mayor's
Basically George W. Bush.
That's true.
Yeah, he got a point. But basically, the mayor's plan was not going all along because he wanted Bill Murray to get fatter and go to this wing eating contest or wing festival, which is in Buffalo, New York. It's a Buffalo wing festival in New York. Haha.
I don't know how that works.
But long story short, he overrided Bill Murray's speech or conscience or something and got him to take the cough tablet. That's when we get Drix. The cough tablet that's lasts 12 hours and supposed to cool down this sore throat or
Is it?
inflammation
Yeah.
that he gets from this rotten egg.
And that's when they start to put the pieces together and figure out that there's some sort of unknown virus in the body. And that's
Pretty awesome.
it's basically like a think of like every like the
Buddy cop.
yeah, the very structured buddy cop kind of film, but think of Bad Boys basically, but
Animated. and
animated and in the body
disgusting.
and really gross and a lot of body jokes, a lot of cell jokes.
I love it.
I thought it was really entertaining. It's a really entertaining movie.
Yeah.
I'll say that much.
That's true.
You won't be bored watching it.
They must have had a lot of fun making that. Like a lot of fun.
I
I'm sure.
I don't know. I think this must have been like Chris Rock just had a kid and he wanted to make an educational film and be like, hey, let's make a film about the body and let's make it funny so my kid can watch it. And let's add Bill Murray because we have the budget. And
You know, watching
but
this movie as a
let's-
kid, like you don't want to eat bad. Definitely.
yeah, right now I never want to pick my nose.
Yeah.
I don't want to sneeze.
I don't want to.
I don't want to cry.
I just want to eat vegetables and
Carrots and fart.
and live.
Oh yeah, because if you don't, you fucking die.
Jesus. That's basically what the movie tells you.
8 fucking carrots or you'll die. Or I mean,
That's true.
something close to that.
Worried about germs.
If you eat a chicken wing once, gonna just fucking die the next day, dude.
Well, in my notes here, it says Bill Murray is disgusting. So I'm thinking Bill Murray at this point, one way or another, either wiped his face with the chicken drumstick, or he looks so greasy. Oh gosh, it's just so greasy.
They probably made him smell bad too, just for effect.
He looked hard. We get the whole after the nerve ending happened and Bill Murray gets the cramp and he starts shaking. We get the aftermath. The police chief is upset, so he sends Osmosis Jones to the stomach so he can meet Drix. The Drix just got swallowed. Then you get the whole scene with the sore throat. He ices the whole sore throat. Then we find the germ that was in the saliva boat. The saliva boat was basically had 2 other white cells, I guess, trying to defend Bill Murray's disgusting smell from fucking germs, which ended up escaping anyway. But then you got the Red Death.
Yeah, that's when you're introduced to Thax. Well, earlier.
Yeah, earlier you get introduced them. God, I get a you dig line. There's a you dig line. Basically, when Osmosis Jones goes to the stomach, and you meet Leah, the mayor's secretary. Basically, she says, "Don't mess us up." You dig. I don't know. In this movie, I don't know why, but why do they use a you dig line?
Well, early 2000s, dude.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm only offended because you dig can be only used in like mob gangster films, but like in New York, and it's like the Warriors. It's only used in the Warriors. I don't want to hear you dig, unless it's like in a Spike Lee movie or something like that. I can't hear you dig. A germ
right.
saying you dig.
It's just disgusting.
Just doesn't sit well with me. Drix can't fit in the car.
Yeah.
Just kind of hilarious.
He'd be shoved in there. That's it. Just figures it out.
Drix and basically Osmosis Jones are talking to each other and introducing their rough backgrounds, or basically how Drix has a PhD in cold and flu, healing and inflammation stopping, and basically
He's like a
Osmosis
genius,
Jones lived
basically.
in the ass. Osmosis Jones was born in the ass crack or lived in the ass crack, and
Lived
he
in
had
the
a
slums,
rough,
yeah.
he had a rough upbringing in the ass crack, and they make a bunch of ass jokes in the car scene.
It's supposed to kind of show. It's supposed to kind of show that he's sort of street smart.
Yeah.
Because he grew up in like the hard
Hood.
Yeah,
which is
the hard
ass crack.
neighborhood. So that's why he's so like I guess he has like a sort of
Street savvy?
Yeah, street savvy. That's the word.
You know, I like the part where he meets that like the undercover like virus guy or the other undercover
the
germ.
snitch. The
Yeah, the
snitch.
snitch. That's kind of like a cool because he's a flu shot, so he is kind of a germ. Like he's kind of like a disease that helps you get rid of other diseases.
Yeah,
that's kind of clever.
Yeah,
like a snitch.
Yeah, that's really creative.
They were chicken pox fighting, which I found that great.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is I'll give it credit. Movie's very clever.
Yeah. It has its moments.
Even though the whole time Mike was looking at me just cringing. I don't know if it's because the R&B music, but god damn this R&B music, or just Bill Murray. I got a cramp looking at this movie. Just
I liked Kid Rock.
oh god, yeah.
Oh yeah, Kidney Rock.
That's awesome. I used to replay that part on I used to have that part on repeat when I was a kid, just because I was like, oh man, this song's so cool. Kidney Rock.
Oh no.
I loved it.
It's pretty clever though.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Well, we get this scene that Drix is trying to stop the inflammation in the throat. They find the germ, which is why is there an immigrant germ? Like the guy's talking like a cholo, like the germ they find on the boat, and he ends up freezing him.
He's the only Spanish-speaking character in the movie.
Oh yeah, but do you get it? Cause he's foreign.
He's illegal.
He's illegal. Yes. See, I think that's a little fucked up, but
That's true. It's not cool.
it's not cool, but it's kind of funny.
It's fucking great.
It's
It is.
They wouldn't make that movie today. They'd be like.
It would be on the Huffington Post.
It would
basically.
be heat magnet for sure. Everybody'd be like,
get shut down.
reporting live. That's racist. By what's that fucking? By Huffington. BuzzFeed, yeah, that one. That fucking.
Well,
people.
BuzzFeed's not like a big deal anymore. It's more the Huffington Post or the Washington Post.
Jesus.
A lot of posts.
A lot of posts. A lot of posts that don't post anything
Good
important.
thing I can't read. I just watch movies.
Good enough.
Then we get you said the whole atmosphere thing, that we get these flashes from like the germ world to Bill Murray's world and back to the germ world. Well, we get this scene where Bill Murray's talking to Uncle Bob, Uncle something or another. I'm gonna say Uncle Bob. They're in the zoo. The camel farts. Then we get the first indentation of the Red Death in the armpit because he kills the godfather of scum germ. Meanwhile, that's happening in the animated world.
Because in the lymphatic system, there's a lymph node in the armpit. So that's actually pretty clever. That's where, like, I guess certain bacteria kind of resides in. So that's a pretty interesting little bit.
I like that they would call it the pit.
Oh,
Like, wait, what are you doing in the pit?
like, oh my gosh, did I hope I wrote that down. It was the damn the sweat. They call it the
sweat gland.
Yeah, they sweat, but they call it like the sauna or something like that. Basically, it was a steam room, since it was a sweat gland, which I found that clever. But I like how the movie transfers from that scene to the two random zookeepers that are like, "Oh, is that the two dumbest animals in the zoo?" And they're like, "Yeah, we can't read." And they're like, "We're talking about the camel." And then they slam on the gas, and I'm pretty sure they hit 17 people that was in that zoo. They were speeding in that fucking Jeep. They're at the zoo.
Just monsters.
But movie basically does a good job of just human world, animated world, and then ping-ponging between those two.
You know, sometimes the transitioning is kind of it's very sudden, I feel.
That's true. They had a lot of.
Like sometimes it just bam, it just happens. It's just like, oh, human world,
So
boom, body.
So basically, oh my god, I keep on forgetting the name of the fucking red guy.
Thrax.
Thrax.
The Red Death.
Mr. Red Death kills the Godfather in the germ world or the scummy world. Basically, he's like, I have a plan. I'm gonna go ahead and infect the whole body, and then we're gonna make it look like a cold. But it turns out it's something bigger than the cold. We get that whole plan. Basically, he just says his plan in that scene, and then we get Bill Murray. Again, it switches to the human world. Then we get Bill Murray explaining to his daughter that he goes hiking all the time. He goes hiking to the liquor store and to the cigarette selling machine. And he tells his daughter to make up for basically denying this hiking trip. Do you want to see a rattlesnake swallow a football?
I kind of forgot that. Yeah.
But
That would traumatize a child.
that's unsettling. Do I want to see a rattlesnake? I mean,
I think its entire body would stretch and then rip apart immediately.
like, there's a lot of Nat Geographic documentaries that they show snakes eating big animals or something, but a fucking football? What the fuck, Bill Murray? That's fucked up.
Just let your kid live a life.
Just
Stop making her sad.
he's a fucking sick dad, dude.
Terrible.
Oh yeah, he's a really bad dad.
Did we mention he's a horrible father?
Horrible.
Horrible. Well, it's just more random shit going on here. We get more of Bill Murray being disgusting. He sneezes in his hand, and he high fives another park ranger, or I mean zookeeper or something. It's just so.
It's
nasty.
gross on the inside and on the outside.
Well, in the meanwhile, in the animated world, we get Osmosis Jones finally the germ on the saliva boat. Drix ices him, and then they find out that what's this man? Not
Drax?
Drax?
No, not him.
Drips?
Forgot. Sorry about that. Alright, so they find out that there's something going on in the nose. Remember, he's getting an allergic reaction. And then that's when Osmosis Jones crosses Drax for the first time. And basically, Drax almost breaks his nose.
You keep calling him Drax.
That's what.
Drax is the Destroyer.
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's
Thrax.
Thrax.
God damn it, Thrax. So yeah, they finally see Thrax and Osmosis Jones in the same scene for the first time. Thrax basically destroys his nose on the inside. He
No.
breaks like the crust of the.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
it's collagen fiber.
Oh.
It's not like bone or anything. Don't worry.
No, I'm thinking just the boogers, the fucking boogers. Just
Yeah, no.
he
pretty
just breaks
much-
the boogers down. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
Gross.
it's
It's nasty.
it's just bad. But basically, they think there's allergic reaction happening, and Drix is having a whole we must kill. But he's like, oh no, these are just little things that he's allergic to. See, yeet. Then we get Thrax and coming out the building, destroying the building, and then basically the building controls the snot in his nose, and the building explodes, and Drix and Osmosis Jones get drowned in snot in the animated world. But in the real world, Bill Murray just has snot falling off of his nose,
his
or
runny nose.
his runny nose, while he's talking in mid sentence to Uncle Bob. And of course, Bob's like, "You disgusting freak! Can you just stop being a disgusting freak?"
Uncle Bob's not any better.
No,
He's also a degenerate. He's
he-
also an alcoholic, and he's weird.
he also needs help. So basically, Bill Murray does the good old fashioned look over there, and then snorts all that snot back into his body, and just
Disgusting.
God, how many
You see
times
it.
are we gonna break down how disgusting this man is? I can't express how fucking bad it is.
There's probably some stories from the set. I just want to know.
Yeah, I want back
Mm.
behind the scenes
I
shit.
want behind the scenes stuff. Like
How
this,
disgusting is Bill
it's like
Murray,
someone's
Chris
like,
Rock?
Did you guys know that Bill Murray did all of that? We didn't use any.
Does he
special
do his own
effects.
stunts?
He was a little too dedicated.
No CGI, no practical effects. It was all him.
I think
the
that's-
pimple, everything.
Oh,
Disgusting.
we'll get to the pimple. Oh,
Jesus.
oh God. That's probably the most disgusting part of the movie.
Yeah, I found that really gross the first time I saw
So basically, Drix saves the day by freezing up the nose and stopping the snot, and then they get celebrated, and the newspapers are saying hero medicine stops evil germs or something like that. And basically, Drix and Jones go to the mayor's office, and that's when you initially think the mayor's kind of an ass, but that's when you find out the mayor's a jackass.
it.
And
He's evil.
it's basically like saying, "Oh, you guys did a good job. Now you could go leave now." And Jones is like, "Actually, I just saw the Red Death in his nose," and he's like, "Oh, nothing happened. Stop saying that. Blah blah blah. Why would we trust the only cop that has the worst record in the whole police department?" And basically, he's like, "Jones, you're off the case." And the only thing that saves him is basically Drake saying like, "Nah, I kind of want Jones to be my partner."
I'm not off the case.
So Drix and Jones become body cop, basically.
Yeah, they're best buds.
Mhm.
And they really emphasize the mayor being an ass. I like that we have a secondary villain cop, kind of like he's not our main villain, but he's just like
He's sort
we
of
don't
someone.
like you.
Yeah, he's like it's not. He doesn't make. He doesn't make anything better, basically.
He's a hindrance.
Yeah, he's more of a nuisance than anything.
So basically, after this,
It's kind of. Sorry.
oh wait, go ahead, please interrupt
Sorry.
me.
It's kind of. I'm sorry.
That's sarcastic.
Oh God. I'm
That came
sorry.
out bad. I'm sorry.
No,
Sorry,
but
I'm sorry, audience.
I do. I like how he's sort of supposed to be like the emphasis. He's supposed to be like the main. How can I say it? He's kind of. He sort of represents everything that's wrong with Bill Murray's body in the movie.
Yeah.
And sort of the way we neglect our bodies, and just sort of that mindset, that mentality, and I found that actually really interesting. I think it's a very good way to make a villain in this sort of setting. He's not really a villain, but he's sort of just like a bad kind of like bad habits that we have every day.
Yeah,
Or, like-
that's a great way to describe it.
Yeah, that's kind of why the mayor's a cunt, but he's
Yeah, fuck mayor.
yeah, but like the way he's a part of this story is interesting. Anyway, you were saying, Kenneth. I'm sorry.
Fuck mayor is all about Tom Clonic. The two scenes we get with him.
Oh, his creepy ass smile too.
Oh,
Jesus,
God, that's so bad.
there's a lot of creepy smiling in this movie.
Osmosis Jones had a lot of creepy smiles.
Jones was just straight up a weirdo in the beginning when he meets the Secretary Leah. It's just it's bad.
Super creepy.
It's although the animation's fluid, but because it's kind of fluid, is that it's kind of weird, and I emphasize the fluid part very much because it's very, very fluid.
Everybody's like soup.
Yeah, yeah.
God damn. Fucking, they move around like fucking cough syrup. It's just
They
weird.
emphasize the liquids a lot in this movie.
Well, after we get the whole mayor thing, Drake saves Jones's career, and then we get the after or the backstory, excuse me, of why Jones is the worst cop on the task force, and we get the oyster scene. What do you guys think of this project, this science fair project scene?
So basically, it's a flashback from I think a year ago in the Osmosis Jones timeline, the lore. Excuse me. Basically, Bill Murray went to a science project for his daughter, and he ate what was it, like a clam?
He ate a kid's oyster. 'Cause
Yeah, an
apparently,
oyster.
According to the kid, the oyster
Was like clean.
was clean or reformed or regrew or I don't know. Don't eat oysters. I don't know.
Don't eat oysters from little children at the science fair.
Apparently, he was a slow kid. the
Yeah.
teacher said.
Which apparently that's fucked up because the kid regrew an oyster. I don't know how the fuck that works, but the kid looks smart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Maybe
it's
I'm
like,
that slow kid in that
it's like-
scenario.
I think this.
I think the teacher was just mean.
Yeah, I think she's just a bitch. Or she's just maybe if you look at it now, you could maybe think that it represents that the education back then.
The education system is holding us down,
Yeah.
and now that we're
Well,
not getting
I'm giving a lot of credit to this movie, but for that I'm just joking. That was all a joke. I'm sorry.
Oh, did you mention the science teacher for the science fair for his daughter? It's also the PE teacher, but on top of all that, Bill Murray says, like, when he first sees the teacher, he says a slick one-liner because the teacher's like, "Oh yeah, your daughter's great."
Oh no,
and
no,
then
no.
he's
He
like,
says
"I'll
he's.
keep her."
Oh no. She said like, "Oh, your daughter's like a doll or something,"
Oh,
and he was like.
Oh.
He's like, "Oh, then I guess I'll keep her then." And then
She
she's
laughs.
like cracking up.
Laughs
Like,
loud
she-
as
like
fuck.
2 minutes straight.
Loud as fuck. Nobody. The weird part is that they didn't.
Nobody
even do
else. Nobody else is looking except Bill Murray, and he's just there, like what the fuck? Okay,
So
that was
I don't blame him. I don't. His face was just.
just blank. It was nothing. He was just like, what the hell?
I am not funny. What the fuck are you doing? Bill Murray is funny. Sorry. But in that scene, he wasn't trying to be that fucking funny. She's just laughing her heart out. Fucking teacher is just obnoxious as shit
Yeah,
too. On
the
top
teacher,
Of that.
the teacher in this movie is kind of, she's kind of
She's
an
the
asshole.
worst.
So meanwhile, while he's doing the one-liner, she's laughing her ass off. He's basically going into shock, and his fucking face is turning pale again, and he looks like he's like about to fucking die. And meanwhile, Osmosis Jones on the inside of his body sees this evil germ that could cause huge sickness
Yeah.
in his body, so he presses the puke button.
And in
then we
the
get-
real world, in the human world, he basically vomits on the teacher,
puke, goddamn puke.
and it was considered a disaster. And
He ruined his whole fucking life, basically, because he puked on a teacher.
yeah, and he got fired from his job. He got fired from every job ever except the zookeeper job he
He
has
was on
now.
the front page of a newspaper because he puked on a teacher in a science fair. Instead of them putting a kid that won the contest on the front page, they just went with the guy who puked on the teacher. Like, this doesn't happen. Like, people don't get sick in this town. Nobody pukes on somebody else ever. That's never happened. And then
What's a tuberculosis?
Jesus Christ. Then on top of
That's not real. Not in our little utopia of health, where everyone's healthy always,
and farts.
except
after
Bill
the
Murray, of
injuries.
course.
No, Bill Murray's
So Bill
worst
Murray,
thing
he's
to
the
ever happen.
outcast.
Bill Murray basically, like you mentioned, he loses his job. He takes a 90% payment cut
That was
because
awesome.
he gets a job at the zoo.
So
which-
basically nothing.
That was awesome.
He has nothing.
I like that throwing up on somebody made him like his whole life is ruined. Like just
And he ruined his daughter's life
in
too,
his
apparently.
eyes.
It's so
90%
specific. 90% of his paycheck
He
was
can't
lost.
find any other.
When you think a zookeeper gets paid more than a guy that works at a factory, which I forgot what his job was
I
beforehand, but
assume they would get at least paid similarly.
you get okay. So you box like let's say you box canned goods, or you take care of wild exotic animals. I think the wild exotic animals guy would get paid more.
Yeah.
So this
He has more responsibility.
yeah, exactly. So this utopia is fucking ass backwards. I feel bad for Bill Murray.
And
No,
whatever
never mind, I
town
don't
this
feel
is.
bad.
Because he's not taking care of himself.
That's true. All he
The
had to
point
do was
is-
not eat the oyster.
Yeah, point is, it ruined his life, ruined his daughter's life, and it ruined Osmosis Jones's career. And so that's kind of how he found himself to be considered the worst white blood cell in the body.
Well, meanwhile, after this this backstory scene, we realize that I don't know how, but Bill Murray gets tickets to the Buffalo Chicken Wing Eating Festival, and he yells, "We got tickets!" as loud as possible. Just little gems that Bill Murray just leaves in there. Like, again, I don't know Bill Murray's work, but that was great. I don't know why that hit me, but I just wrote here, Bill Murray yells, "We got tickets!"
I like his toenail.
Oh yeah, he
Jesus
has like this.
Christ,
Oh yeah,
toenail.
he also has this ingrown toenail that's like the most. It looks like. It looks infected, like actually
It
infected.
looks rotten.
Like it looks like the toenail like came from a literal corpse, and it's just attached to him.
it's just so nasty. Well, basically, after we get the cut of Bill Murray, we get back to inside the body, and we get the whole scene in the liver. We get the snitch, which is the flu shot, chicken pox fighting. Basically, they find out information on where is the secret meeting possibly happening, or there's a secret meeting happening, excuse me, happening in the Zit. And the Zit Club, that scene was so weird and disgusting and funny at the same time, because Osmosis Jones changed his appearance like outside the club to make himself look like a germ, but it looked painful.
And, he like stretches his body in like a nightmare feeling kind of way.
And Drix just basically breaks his face open, which that one was the nightmare fuel for me. But then they're just like, no, let's just do this. So they put the germ from earlier from the saliva boat on his head.
Yeah, because he's frozen and he looks like a hairdo.
It's a weird hairdo.
Nobody could tell he doesn't have legs or is a gigantic pill.
But and yeah, it's basically like a club. It's supposed to be like one of those club scenes in those detective or those cop movies.
Like Blade, like fucking Blade. That's why I imagine blood on the dance floor, Blade. There's fucking people
like,
raving and shit.
Or like
with fucking germs.
Or like Constantine, something like that. I don't know if you remember
Matrix. Yeah, no, there's.
Even though, I'm not bashing Constantine. I like that movie a lot.
I'm just thinking of every just club scene in any body cop film, where they break into the club, or they're trying to look inconspicuous.
Yeah, or look for answers, clues.
Basically, we get a.
Basically, Drix is trying to blend in, so he's like dancing, and he looks like a fucking moron.
He's eating people.
Yeah.
He hurts people. Like
he hurts plenty of people.
I think he hurts more people than the germs.
That's true.
While he's basically causing a ruckus, Osmosis Jones sneaks into the secret meeting with Mr.
Thrax.
Thrax. And Thrax is like, I'm going to make myself look like a cold, and then I'm going to go all the way up to the brain and heat myself.
Well, he's
and
no,
cook 'em.
no. Actually, it's the hypothalamus, which controls the temperature of the body. So it's pretty much like he was gonna make Bill Murray overheat and pretty much die from the heat. That's basically what he wanted to do.
Fucked up. I didn't even think of that.
That's awesome.
Pretty intense.
He
was like I think he was a cool villain.
Yeah, he was cool.
It's like a threatening, like.
He was like a big, threatening, like, dude. He looked scary. This is the thing that was kind of unique about him, is like everything he touched with like his nail, like his big nail, like would melt.
It would like bubble.
Yeah, it would bubble up like lava and just like kill whatever he touched whenever he wanted
it
to.
looked really gross too. Like it was like, I don't know, like a pussy.
Yeah.
It's like a pussy melting volcano.
Yeah, so it's like, wow, that's kind of horrifying. So it's like he was a pretty intense villain.
And he looked cool too. Like,
he did look
just
cool.
Like besides the lava finger, he had like this trench coat, and his hair looked just wild and.
Yeah, it almost like he almost had dreadlocks.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he was really. Yeah, I think the villain in this was solid.
10 out of 10.
Point is, they figure out that Jones is like, you know,
not a germ,
and they're about to kill him. And then Drix saves him basically.
Well, yeah, Drix saves him, but it's not enough, and they're getting overwhelmed. And Drix is trying to shove some sort of grenade thing. I'm not exactly sure. Or some cold medicine thing into his super arm cannon of doom. And basically, Jones.
He's basically Cyborg
from
Teen Titans.
That's true.
Great show. Basically, Jones just.
Oh, check out Ozzy and Drix. Also.
Oh, God.
The cartoon.
Yeah.
Regular cartoon.
Jones basically sets off a grenade, And we get this flash scene where it goes back to the real world, and Bill Murray is trying to talk to the teacher to seeing if she would let him go on this camping trip or this field trip. Which field trip, camping, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, what are you camping for? What are you gonna learn out
Field
there?
trip goes to camping. No schools are not fucking allowed to do that. Not even in the 2000s. Don't give me that shit.
Yeah, like that's like a Girl Scout thing or a Boy Scout,
Basically,
an Eagle Scout. Excuse me.
what they called them? Bear Scouts. I don't know.
It's
So
not
basic,
right.
basically, he basically asking the teacher to let him go, and teacher's like, I have a restraining order on you, and no.
Oh, this is the same teacher he vomited on, like I think like a year ago.
That totally wanted his D earlier, and now she's like, I have a restraining order because you vomited. Just because he vomited on you, you got a restraining order. You
I thi-
fucking bitch.
I think it was more the publicity, but it's like the publicity itself doesn't make sense. But
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
you know what? Never mind.
It's very cartoony, basically, is what you should
It's
get.
very exaggerated.
Yeah, which I like though.
Mm-hmm.
I like the exaggeration. It's actually pretty funny.
Her kid name is Shirley, but they were teasing her kid and calling her kid
Yeah.
Hurley.
And her other kids, Chuck and what was it? Chuck and something.
Chucking up or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like upchucked. You know, or
Ah,
whatever.
yes, up Chuck.
So it's kind of fucked up actually. This backwards
So,
universe.
Maybe I
Totally.
take it back. Maybe he deserves that restraining order. Fuck. But
It's at least understandable in this universe.
it is
Yeah.
understandable. Bill Murray's a shit person at the end of the day.
And he's disgusting.
I don't think he learns. Like all he did is go on the hike. He probably still eats exactly the same.
He's probably eating cigarettes and fucking snorting beer. I don't know. Farting on his daughter while she's asleep. I don't fucking know, dude.
He's like Peter from Family Guy, basically.
That's true.
You know what? This could be inspiration for Peter. I didn't even realize that. But basically
I'm
that
watching
grenade.
you, Seth.
Oh god. That grenade goes off on his head, or in the Zit club thing where Kid Rock was in
Oh,
concert.
Kidney Rock.
Kidney Rock, and the Zit explodes on her face. And
It's like on her lip,
It's on her lip.
and you can see it. It's just
He has to like pick it off and throw it off.
it's literally probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in like a movie. And dude, we saw a scene from Toxic Avenger recently.
That
And-
was nothing compared to this movie. I watched Toxic Avenger.
I think it was worse here because it's almost like realistic gross.
Yeah.
Like in this, it's like this could happen. Or at least there's a better chance of this happening in real life.
Yeah.
It's like-
Only and before like the Zit explodes, you see it like moving around like a volcano about to erupt. And it's fucking just the nastiest
I'm getting
shit.
a fucking headache just thinking about it.
It's getting a headache.
The Zit starts growing. You just scream.
I like that they party in zits.
Yeah.
Like some,
I guess it's supposed to be like
A
the
pop-up party or something?
yes.
no. I think it's supposed to be I don't know. I think it's only like the germs
Yeah.
that do
The
that.
bacteria goes there.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's supposed to be like with the dark underbelly kind of.
Ah, yes, that's exactly how to describe it. So basically, after they explode the Zit, they have to go back to the mayor's office because the mayor's furious that they caused another issue with the body, and basically they fire both Jones and Drix.
And that's when you learn that Drix is a low brand kind of pill,
He only lasts 12 hours, unfortunately.
and he's a temporary fix
So they send him to the bladder.
to be pissed out.
So after we see this firing scene, we go back to the real world, and Bill Murray has to break it to his daughter that
He can't
go, so he has tickets to this Buffalo Wild Wing fair, and
She doesn't want to go.
basically she doesn't want to go, but she's trying to tell him, like, Dad, you make poor decisions and you're eating bad. Like yesterday, I cannot believe I had to write this down. You gave me a fried deep fried Slim Jim sandwich.
Ugh.
Just think about that. There's two breads, right? There's Slim Jim. So Slim Jims are pretty long, so you can snap them too. But I'm gonna assume Bill Murray's disgusting, so I'm assuming he filled up that sandwich, fucking Slim Jims. It's about 5 to 6 sticks of Slim Jims in the sandwich, right? And he has the fucking audacity. Maybe he puts a slice of yellow American cheese on top. So maybe he has a fucking audacity to go to the kitchen, get some hot canola oil or no, butter on a fucking pan, a cast iron pan, and fucking deep fry this fucking sandwich, some oil and butter, and give it to his child. The only thing he has left, cause we didn't mention it, his wife fucking died from germs and probably her eating shitty too.
No, it was probably from him.
Probably him. He probably killed his wife.
He probably kissed her once, and she got throat cancer. I don't know.
That's
Either that or it's the fucking
or maybe he has maybe he gave her like AIDS or something. This guy is the most like he probably has had every disease ever.
He probably gave his wife like breaded chocolate cereal, fucking ice cream, and deep fried that in a fucking steak soup and fed it to her until she died because he's a fucking disgusting freak. God damn it, Bill Murray. Fuck.
I think we've emphasized.
Nice, pretty bad, and he eats bad. Yes, he has a bad health.
Yeah, this goes on a lot in this movie.
So basically, daughter's like, you gave me this for lunch, your fucking wife's dead, and you want me to go to a fucking chicken wing eating contest, and I'm trying to go fucking hiking with my dad.
With her friends, yeah.
And then he's like, oh, you should go. And then he eats a fucking Cheeto off his chest or some shit. And then she's like, you're a disappointment, Dad. I hate you. I'm gonna go camping with my fucking friends at school.
Like a normal human being and not go to New York for a buffalo wing contest
festival.
Bullshit.
And he's like, fine, I'm gonna go with Uncle Bob that looks like what's this, that Dirty Joe what's the goddamn what's that
Joe
Dirt, which he goes with Uncle Bob that looks like fucking Joe Dirt. This fucking movie, man. Well, so there's some more weird R&B, and then he falls asleep, and then we get these fucking weird dreams. Starts dreaming and shit about him like not having underwear
in the middle of a test.
In the middle of a test.
Oh, because like it's supposed to be like the
It's like a dream theater.
Yeah, because Osmosis Jones, he's like depressed or whatever. He's walking the streets, then he goes to like the movies, but the movies are
subconscious.
Yeah, which I think is pretty cool.
And
actually,
Red Death somehow got into the subconscious because by now he's enacting his plan to go to the brain.
Yeah, because he's in the hypothalamus, which is connected to the brain.
And it cuts to the mayor, and Leah, the secretary of the mayor, is trying to tell the mayor something's wrong because there's a warning light, and he's like, I'll be fine. He has to go to the festival. Don't say anything. Blah blah blah. And she's like, I'm gonna check it out. And he's like, who's gonna answer the phone? I love that one-liner. Who else is gonna answer the phone? I don't know how to pick up a phone.
You.
Dumb bitch. So, basically, she catches Mr. Thrax.
I love how you emphasize it, just to try to
Thrax in the brain, and he basically yeets the brain thingy and
the hypothalamus
and cooks him up to 108 degrees. So basically, you see Bill Murray catching a fever, and
then eventually it gets really bad, and he has to be taken to the hospital.
Wait! You're missing. While he's dreaming, Thrax is in his dream, and then he's basically cooking up his dream. So his dream gets while he's like in a classroom full of kids, and he doesn't have underwear, and it's a test. his dream starts to get really distorted and red, and it starts shaking. And there's somebody in the middle of the classroom eating chicken wings too. I don't know if anybody caught that, but it was fucking weird. But it just got really creepy and fucking really bad, disturbing. Just that part was fucking disturbing to me. And then Leah is chasing, or excuse me, was looking for Thrax, and with the cops, and basically Thrax catches Leah and has her kept hostage. And then that's where you seen Osmosis Jones in the theater, and Jones is like, he's in the brain. I was right. What time? Oh, excuse me. He doesn't say what time it is. What's the temperature? Because I guess in the body, time doesn't matter. It's the temperature that matters, right?
Yeah.
And the temperature says at 100. It's like, this must be broken. Blah blah blah. There is a one-liner after he gets off the subconscious that I almost forgot that you mentioned, Andre. He says, "This guy was sick before I even got here." that was
awesome.
That's just gold.
Yeah, and he's right.
He's right. That's true.
Bill Murray's a sick fuck. Because nobody knows the name of his character. I don't know the name of his character, so we're referring to him as Bill Murray. He's Bill Murray.
What's his name?
Dad.
Yeah, I don't remember them saying he had. They just call him Dad.
Call him Dad. They say sir or something.
So basically, while that all happens, Bill finally wakes up and is about to take a fat piss where Drix is at, and Jones is like, "Don't leave, we have a case." And he's like, "Oh, sorry, I'm only good for 12 hours." And then you get the whole scene. It's like, "Oh no, I don't need you then." So Jones leaves the bridge where the bladder is, and then Drix does like, "Oh, we got more copping to do." Yeah, just a corny buddy cop thing.
Which I actually like better in this movie than probably a normal buddy cop movie.
But they
Yes.
emphasize on Bill Murray peeing on the Inhuman world, and it's just really nasty sounding. It's just so nasty.
Gross.
Everything he does is just disgusting to me. I hate Bill Murray, but I don't hate Bill Murray. I just hate his character. And then
Watches Moonrise Kingdom for like 3 minutes, sees Bill Murray, he turns it off. He's just like, no.
I don't want to throw up today.
if I fucking see Bill Murray cameo in Zombieland, I'm gonna fucking throw my TV out the window. I swear to God.
Oh yeah.
Don't tell me he's a cameo in Zombieland.
He probably does.
Well, it's right. Zombieland 2 is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we'll talk about that too, boys. So, well, Bill Murray takes a fat piss. We get this cop chase because Thrax is in a car with Leah and
they're
Osmosis Jones and
trying to get away
Drix.
from the cops.
are chasing him, and he's like, wait, he's headed to the small thing that hangs in front of Bill Murray, and then they make a dick joke, and he's like, why are you going to the scrotum? And he's like, I meant the throat. And he's like, aha, Bill Murray has a small dick, ha ha ha, shoo.
Because it's the UV. They're supposed to go to the uvula, basically.
Small penis joke is small penis joke. So finally,
Oh, because he was going to the rectum, yeah, instead of. You know, you get it.
you get it, yeah. So finally, Uncle Bob shows up with some beer, and he gives beer to Bill Murray, and he's like, "Oh, drink the flu away. We gotta go to eat some wings in New York." And
It's gonna take a while from wherever you are, dude.
I have no idea where they're at, but beer's gonna solve their problems, and they gotta drive. They're making Bill Murray drive, so he shoves a beer in his face while he's having a flu and looks horrible.
And you decide that he's the right guy to drive.
And then he drives, which is hilarious because he's like dead in the middle of, like, he basically dies mid ride. It's fuck. He starts swearing and shit. It's like, you good in there? He's like slaps him in the head, and then just Bill Murray just fucking croaks in the middle of the fucking highway.
Yeah, and then Uncle Bob calls I guess the hospital.
Yeah, 911 ambulance.
Yeah, calls the ambulance, and and very perfect timing, convenient timing, the daughter's school bus drives by, and then she sees him being taken by the paramedics, and she gets off the bus and
Can you tell a bus driver on a field trip to stop the bus?
If they did that, if I did that in my school, she would have been like, shut the fuck up. She was like, sit your ass down, boy.
I'm pretty sure my bus driver would have uppercutted me or some shit. It's like, you said what?
Shit
No
your
one's
ass.
messing on my route.
Shit your goddamn ass out, boy.
On a schedule.
I'm gonna leave your ass again and keep trying me, bro.
So Matt, I'm gonna leave you here, man. Like what?
My bus driver left the bus once just because people were like trying to find a seat. Basically, there was no seats left.
Oh Jesus, yeah. Bus drivers wouldn't be so nice.
Shout out to the bus drivers out there.
If you are nice, sorry.
My bus driver would save a seat for certain people on the bus that she liked, and if you sat in that seat, she would make you move.
Move your ass out. And it's like, oh.
Damn it.
It's like, but I wanna sit here, miss.
So, basically,
That's Claudia's seat.
Sorry. Basically, Bill is fucking dying and goes to the hospital.
His daughter goes there with him, with Uncle Bob, of course, because Uncle Bob can't fuck off for a while.
Uncle Bob also says, if Bill dies, he will raise his daughter until she's 16 and throw her out, which is confusing because
I don't believe him. I think Uncle Bob is a sick fuck on the inside. I think he's actually a pedophile, but that's just me. That's a fan theory, guys.
It could be a possibility. We will not rule that out.
I'll leave a discussion in the wiki.
Remember, in the subconscious, one of the bad dreams and nightmares was Uncle Bob marrying the fucking daughter.
Yeah, it was like
weird.
Yeah, and the title was My Worst Nightmare, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, that's really that's kind of fucked up.
So basically, we get the kid in the hospital. Bill Murray is on a gurney, gets transferred, and we get the most unqualified hospital / doctors I've ever seen in my life. While Bill Murray's fucking dying and shit, they don't even have him on a fucking oxygen tank. They don't have no IVs, no fluids, no nothing. They just a little pump in the mouth with air. Every like 3 minutes, one puff. Like they can't afford the fucking puff of air. It's in his ventilator or some shit. So the kid is there watching her fucking dad die, and the kid has a fake eyelash, right?
Oh yeah,
That
she's
she
wearing
gets on
fake
the
eyelashes.
bus?
Yeah, because her friends put on some fake eyelashes before she sees her dad, of course.
So basically, Osmosis Jones and Thrax fights each other in Bill Murray's body, and basically Bill Murray, I don't know how, I forgot this part. Bill Murray sneezes into his fucking daughter's eye. The last thing he does before he dies, right? Just realize that. Bill Murray, #1 dad in the world, fucking sneezes in his daughter's eyeball.
Oh yeah, and this was because Thrax, he had like a what was it? He had like some sort of thing that Bill Murray was allergic to, and he used that to
it was dust.
Yeah, he had like dust, and he used that to make an allergic reaction so that he could be coughed out so he could escape. But Osmosis Jones gives chase, of course, and he makes Drix fire him from his cannon.
Oh yeah, I'm not glad I did like that scene. It's pretty cool. So they fight on a fake eyelash.
Well, first they fight on the daughter's eye, which is...
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking gross. You coughed in her eye, dude.
Last thing you did as a dad.
Basically you nearly gave her a life-threatening disease, dude. A fucking... Yeah, like a malaria-esque kind of disease, dude.
You fucking sneezed in your daughter's eye.
You're the worst father of all time, dude.
It's pretty terrible.
Shit that, like, not even Homer Simpson was this bad. Some bad parenting for Bill Murray. So they fight on the eyeball, which is disgusting, and then they fight on the fake eyelash, right? Good thing, thank God for dollar store fake eyelashes that she got from one of her chunga friends on the bus. Cause who the fuck is just carrying around fake who the fuck is carrying around fake eyelashes?
Like in high school?
No,
like elementary school age.
Sharing them.
To go camping.
Yeah. Why do you have fake eyelashes, dude?
I'm sorry, none of us are females, so maybe we don't understand. But at least most of the females that I'm associated with or know personally do not carry around eyelashes, especially to go camping.
We'll have a female guest star one day and we'll ask.
That's the first thing we must ask. Not their female view of
Politics.
or of very important deep movie. Do
do-
you carry fucking eyelashes to go camping? Fuck.
It's important.
The eyelash basically stops unsticking from the girl's face, and Osmosis Jones realizes that it's fake. So Mr. Thrax stabs him, but Osmosis Jones is a fucking white blood cell, so he can fucking form his body. He's super shape-shifting and shit. So basically, Thrax gets stuck on the fake eyelash. Fake eyelash falls.
It falls into like a beaker of alcohol, and Thrax like dissolves, and it's fucking nightmarish. Like he's just like breaking apart, and it's just fucking disturbing.
As I write in my notes, pure nightmare fuel when Thrax fucking dies in alcohol.
Yeah, it's horrifying. It looks like.
It's just disintegrating.
Yeah, he looks like. Do you remember the Hydra from the Hercules movie?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you remember how fucking scary the Hydra looked in that movie?
yeah,
That's what it looked like.
that's true.
So
Except like he was just being ripped apart. And it was on like a cellular level. It was just disgusting. It's horrifying.
So finally, we get Bill Murray fucking croaking on the stretcher after these two nurses are like, "Oh, get the kid out." Well, excuse me, after the doctor orders the nurses to get the kid out, because the doctor is doing absolutely nothing in his power to save Bill Murray's life.
Well, yeah, he
He's
doesn't
like-
have a defibrillator or anything.
The best he does is says, "Get this man ice." Not antibiotics. Not crank up the AC at least. Not
not a
get this man,
defibrillator.
get this man fluids, IV, defibrillator. Yeah, to restart his heart. This fucking stop.
Yeah, like when the heart stops, the first thing you don't do is call it. You try to at least like.
Give him a chance.
There was still
you
a
get his heart
heartbeat.
starting again, at least for like 5 tries. You try at least like 5 times. If it doesn't work, it's like, all right, I'm calling it.
There was
That's
still a
how it works.
heartbeat, and he was like, "Oh, died at 10:42," and the fucking the scanner's still going beep. Like, didn't even let him die. He's just like, died early already. I need to go to lunch. Get him ice.
Yeah, this Chad doctor over here.
Preserve this fucking corpse. Get ice. We don't want him to smell up the joint.
He's super. Yeah, he was like a young, like
That's true.
drives a sports car.
Drives
Like,
a
he
what-
probably steals drugs from the hospital.
What is this? It's
like-
2001. Drives a Honda S2000. Yeah, 2-door sports car. His girlfriend's Brittany,
And he probably bangs the nurses, you know.
Jessica, Ashley,
Dude.
all of them.
Stacy, haha, what you doing, girl? Haha.
I'll get you ice cream, girl. Yeah. My fucking parents divorced. So basically, worst fucking healthcare of all time happens, and the kid has. Let me tell you, the kid not only is smart, she has fucking great athletic skills. She fucking jukes the fuck out of these two nurses, breaks both their ankles. They fucking die right there, of fucking swelling and bleeding all over the floor because he breaks their fucking ankles. She realized her dad is fucking dead, or Bill Murray's fucking dead.
To be honest, the kid during the crying scene was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's not Academy Award winner material.
decent acting, good,
But
good acting.
It was like, oh,
for
her
a
dad.
child actor.
It's like, oh, her dad.
It's like, bruh, my dad dead, bruh. And,
Okay, but the praise is over because when she's crying. Okay, all right, she's crying.
Oh gosh.
And there's a tear that's about to fall. Osmosis Jones, because he's trying to get back into Bill Murray's body, and he hitches a ride on this tear that's headed for Bill Murray's mouth. That's apparently like wide open. It's like you're crying into his mouth. It's so gross, dude.
That's how she saves his life. Not a tear to the heart or to the face. You know, I felt my daughter's tears and I must come back to no, a tear in the fucking mouth. Which that eye still had fucking fake eyelash glue on it. It's think of that. Let that sit in for a second. Sorry guys, had to do it. So that tear saved his life because Osmosis Jones was riding in that tear, and Osmosis Jones had the whatever the fuck temperature controlling cell thing in his fucking hand, and basically he washes up, and oh, we forgot to mention before he washes up and saves the day, the whole body's going apeshit.
Oh yeah, like everyone's dying. Everyone's like
melting. It's extremely hot. The newscasters beat the shit out of each other. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like pure anarchy. It's like the Purge basically. And then there's this Titanic reference. For anyone who's seen Titanic, you would know there's this.
Just sneak that in, guys. We'll talk about that too.
It's kind of a dated movie, I'll say, but point is there's this scene where like the Titanic is sinking, and there's these what was it? It's like these musicians,
violinists.
Yeah.
Orchestra.
And they're like playing a final like I guess requiem for the coming of disaster. And it's the exact same song from Titanic.
I don't think it has the same impact.
It's just like it's an entire
impact for me.
It's an entire reference. Oh yeah, definitely is sadder than Titanic.
It is.
It's yeah.
Tear inducing. I was crying the whole time during this movie. As soon as I saw Bill Murray, but for other reasons. So basically,
crying because of how good he was.
Great actor, because I think he's the most disgusting fucking kook on this world. So basically, Osmosis Jones rides into the body on that teardrop and basically faints, but he has the supercell, and they're like, get this to the brain right away. And then Bill Murray is back to being alive again. And
yeah, because that's how things work.
We get the super cut of the celebration scene, typical, you're back on the force. Of course, Leah, the secretary, is like, I'm jonesing for our kiss almost. Whatever the fuck your name is. Yeah. And then he's like, Drix, you should totally stay. And he's like, I only work for 12 hours. And he's like, don't worry. We'll get you a lawyer. He's like, no, I literally don't work that way. I'm literally gonna die in 12 hours. Like, I literally don't matter.
No. It's that his.
Or at least that's what I imagine what he should have said.
No, it's like his effects kind of expire, I think.
I'm completely useless after 12 hours. I need to go.
He could just be like big muscle.
Yeah.
Know?
I have a fucking cannon arm. Never mind, he is useful. Never mind, he is gonna be useful. He has a cannon for a fucking arm. So, we finally get the beautiful ending scene. I mean, this is some real deep shit. Gosh, I can't even. So they finally fucking go hiking, the fucking kid and Bill Murray, because that's what the kid wanted the whole time.
Oh, so did they just forget about the field trip? Did they forget about the wings? What about the wings? What happened to Uncle Bob or whatever?
Yeah,
where is he?
What about the car?
Did they finally kick out Uncle Bob from like their fucking lives? I hope so.
Probably not.
Because he's a fucking degenerate.
Bill Murray's finally clean from his drug abuse.
Or
From
whatever
chicken wing
he's-
abuse, whatever
yeah.
the fuck. But we get them hiking, and they hike up into this nice view, and Bill Murray's basically passing out because all he does is eat junk food and shit. So he's like, I'm so tired, hungry. She offers him a carrot,
A single carrot.
one single carrot, even though he needs water and nourishment. He needs a lot more than a fucking carrot. Basically, the last thing we get is the mayor loses his job and works on the ass now. And the mayor's like, I wonder what does this.
Because there's like
does.
there's this obvious button that's like, do not touch. And he touches it, of course, because he's a fucking moron. And then, I'll take it away.
Fucking farts. He farts. Bill Murray farts in
Oh,
front
yeah.
of his daughter.
Oh yeah, and the mayor basically dies.
It's fucking.
And
They killed the character.
Yeah,
It's
and
a kid's movie, by the way.
and that's the end of Osmosis Jones. Great movie.
I mean, if I had
Academy Award winner Osmosis Jones.
if this was on the tomato meter, if it's nothing but 100, I won't never believe anything else they ever say.
Well, you shouldn't, because Rotten Tomatoes is kind of a joke now.
Shit. I don't know. I'm just a fucking casual. But let me tell you that movie was the most disgusting, best animated film I've ever seen in my life.
Very conflicting movie, but a lot of good things, a lot of fucking disgusting shit.
If I had to rate it, I would put it in like mid 60s. That's good for me, for my ratings. I usually try to rate in the 100% area. I'll go into detail on another video about that, but put this around like 66.
I think I'd give it like a 70.
Give it a 75 actually, because I really like the world building in this movie, and it did a lot.
Like
With
ending with a fart.
Yeah, of
Sorry.
course.
I had to interrupt your
Of course.
argument with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Truly a Shakespearean film.
Thought provoking.
Thought-provoking.
Trailblazing, like one of a kind.
Yeah.
There will never be another one like it.
Yeah. Back off Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
You stand back anything critically acclaimed this year, because this
My
started
favorite-
this shit.
My favorite film, Birdman, more like dog shit.
I'll never watch a Scorsese film until this thing gets an
Yeah.
Academy Award, okay?
Goodfellas, more like bad guys.
Smelly fellas. Am I right, boys? So, thank you for
tuning in.
for just supporting us. You by listening. Just thank you for hanging in there for our stutters and